So let's talk about the elephant in the room. It's about time. I've been asked many times why I stopped using alcohol, and I've done this several times along the course of my life for months, and usually around Christmas and New Year's, just so I can make a point into my brain and reinforce the power of my will and desire. So many years ago I decided to go on a trip around Europe and don't drink during the entire time. And when you go to my country where everyone drinks, literally, it was fun. It was fun to have all these people ask, why did you stop drinking? And I'm like, okay, so do you want the long version or the short version? And he went the short version. Of course, he's a male, so it's the short version. And I said, because it makes me feel good. Silence. And then he was like, give me the long version. Okay, so the long version changed and morphed several times along the course of the years, and the reasons were different. Because you change, situations change, circumstances change, reasons change. Yeah. And here is the current version, which I believe is the last and the final, and it says it all. Right now, it obviously started with following 75 hard. I prepared myself for 75 hard by quitting alcohol only for 4 months, almost 5 months, just to make sure that this is not going to be a hurdle while I am doing the program, actually. Take it out of the way. And now there is no going back. And yesterday I told a friend of mine, look at the heel I'm walking. This is, by the way, the heel where, do you say the heel or the heel? In any case, you know what I mean. Yeah, English is my second language. So this is where I almost died in the year of 2000. We were here sled riding and I flipped. I fell on my neck. We all heard the cracks, and people came and asked me if I was alright. Interestingly enough, I was alright, because I mean, I could have had a broken neck, but in any case, I didn't have a broken neck. I didn't get a broken neck. I'm happy to be here walking this hill daily now on my way to the beach. And yesterday I was asked by this friend, isn't it too extreme and too unreasonable and too impossible and too irrational to say I will never drink again in my life? I'm like, okay, perhaps for you, but not for me. I worked my way up. It didn't happen overnight, and they're like, I just put 7 reasons on the table how this happened and why this happened. Reason number 1, Andy Frizzell, the founder of this program 75 Hard. He was explaining why he created this program and how it helped him and so on and so forth. I now can attest 75 days later that this is probably the best program under the moon in the whole entire world. And he said people who drink just even that much, okay, they don't even know how fogged their mind is. And I remembered that statement. I like to remember things that actually make sense to me. Some other things I forget that are not important. Yeah, this was reason number 1. Reason number 2, it's a big one, and I'll spend more time on it. I have a friend who created a program for people who feel like they need help because of alcohol. So, and they don't have to be Alcoholics Anonymous, anybody. So, because I like this girl very much and I like to help people, I decided to join the group to support her. And that was the only reason I joined the group. Just to come to realize that after the first session with the group on Zoom, I realized that the group was there to support me. I realized that I had a problem that I didn't even feel like acknowledging. We're also very much afraid to acknowledge the obvious, because then we're becoming accountable and then we're becoming responsible. That's another story. So I started to listen to all these people introducing themselves, and I didn't have to introduce myself. There's no rule. You can just sit there and listen. But of course, out of courtesy, and also I was there to support, I wanted to introduce myself. And after listening to all these stories, I realized that each and every one story was a part of my own story. I've done all this. I've done this, I've done this, I've done this. And then slowly but surely, I realized that I had a problem. So I stepped up and I said, I'm not an alcoholic. I don't belong to the AA group. It's my first time exposed to such environment. And I'm not really sure if I'm an alcoholic. And then everyone started to laugh. And then this girl, who actually has the biggest voice there, and I give her so much credit, and she said that she's an AA in her 3rd year now. 3rd year. Sobriety. And it was my 3rd day. And then slowly but surely I realized what's going on. And she said, she apologized for laughing. And she said, I'm sorry for laughing, but everyone who comes to join the group, the AA, the real thing, almost everyone starts the same way. I'm not sure if I'm an alcoholic. It's a fair statement. You have the right to not know. And you don't know what you don't know, right? So, I was like, okay, what do I do? She's like, you can go and give it a try, join the group. They're gonna give you a book for free. You're gonna read in the book everything that you already know, but it will give you a different perspective. The book will be for free, otherwise you have to buy it. But there is a questionnaire that you can go and answer all these questions. And and then it was clear. I don't need lots of explanation, by the way. I need to hear 1, 2, 3 words, and I'm already okay knowing the whole story behind. So this was rule number 2. There is actually more to it. I'm not going to share it here right now. I guess I'm not ready for that, but I think it was a good start. Yes, that's so fun. Okay, so reason number 3. I heard that Lots of famous actors, by the way, are going through sobriety, and and I'm a good follower. I'm a very good follower, and I can call myself the queen of mirroring and matching. When I find someone whom I admire and I see value, I copy and I apply, and I take it from there. This is how I became a flight attendant, for example. This was not my dream, but I had a friend who decided to become a flight attendant. I liked the idea, and off you go. 8 years later, I've been an international flight attendant, just because I liked the idea of doing it. So that's what I do. And to go back, because these geese is there, they were like so loud and I lost my trail of thought. I want to go back for a moment to the group and the conversations there. And I was listening to all these people, and they were saying, I've been in sobriety for a year, I've been in sobriety for 2 years, I've been in sobriety for 3 years. And I'm like, and I've been in sobriety for 3 days. And these people who call themselves alcoholics live a better life, better quality of life, and have better thoughts and better control over their emotions and thoughts and life, compared to me, who supposedly is not an alcoholic. I think you got the point. It was a good one, don't you think? So what else can I share with you? I know there are 2 more. Yeah, when I actually made the decision to give up alcohol, I started to meet people who don't drink, who are in sobriety, Alcoholics Anonymous, people who had never tried alcohol in their life, people who had alcoholics in their families, and they decided to change their life and to stop. So that's how it works. So the reason she opened this group was because she felt, she's a young girl, okay? I'm not young, and I don't care if I'm going to lose people around me who are drinkers. However, it was a problem for her, because I mean, they look at her differently. She doesn't know how to act, and she feels sorry, she feels bad, she feels sad. And I told her, I said, you know what? Maybe these people should not be in your life anymore. If they don't understand you, if they're not your tribe, you're going to find your tribe. You just keep looking, and you're already taking it on a different level. So just hang in there, and it's going to get better. It's going to get better. And yeah, I'm going to stop here right now. This is your girl Silva from the beach. I know I'll probably come back with a few more thoughts, but for now, enjoy your day. Subscribe for my channel if you haven't done that yet. I would appreciate your comments, likes. I do it for you and for myself, and I would like to bring value to the world. I would like to feel good about my life and what I'm doing with it. And I wish you all the best. I wish you health. I wish you to find yourself and to see what's important to you, and to just go do it. Peace and choose. Much love to you. Bye. So here you go, back again, and I promised that there are 2 more, and after the walk now they're back. Louis House, he's a former pro athlete. He has an amazing podcast. I listen to it every day. He's releasing a show every day, almost, and he brings different professionals to talk on different topics. And recently I listened to one of the podcasts where he brought someone talking about alcoholism and alcohol from a scientific standpoint. And the guy said that there is zero proof or scientific proof, zero, that there is anything healthy about using alcohol. Anything. Besides rubbing it on your skin, this comes from when you're sick. Yeah, no, zero. You know how people say, oh yeah, the Frenchies, they, or whatever, people from France. So in any case, have one glass of red wine. Churchill, may his soul rest in peace, one whiskey per night, it will save you from stroke. No. Okay, there is zero scientific proof. You can think and want to adopt any kind of excuse for having this much of alcohol. It's your life, it's your choice. I am not here to make any statements, point fingers, judge or whatever. I'm just saying what I heard on this show, okay? And then the other rule. The other rule is, no, there are two more. I was at 4, this was 5. Now I'm going to give you 6. On the same show, there was another person talking about alcohol and how toxic it is. So you're putting actually poison in your mouth. It's poison. You're poisoning yourself. It's toxins. And number 7 is the sugar in the alcohol. Because I'm a cancer survivor, I have to stay away from sugar. There are so many people that I know that are pre-diabetic, and everyone knows that sugar is the main killer. And here is the place to say that any kind of sugary drinks, I just don't want to make any statements, but you know what I mean. They're working against your bones, against your jaw. It ruins your teeth. I mean, I've seen it happening in front of my eyes with people who are raised this way, to drink like a bottle of soda or whatever. Even Louis House, he's saying it in several of his podcasts, that he was raised this way because apparently his parents didn't know any better. And he had horrible diet with milk, which almost actually killed him. He had joint pains and stuff like that. And yes, this comes for me to conclude the subject. I have no joint pains anymore. This is my main goal. And it doesn't go away only by losing the weight, because during this program I didn't even measure myself. I don't know about my weight. It's about how I feel and building muscle. That was my thing, and I accomplished it. And all joint pains are... So I'm not a doctor, okay? I don't want to make any medical statements or whatsoever. I don't want to intrude on your freedom of choice. I'm just sharing experience, and I hope it helped. Bye again. Enjoy. It was beautiful. It is still beautiful. It is an amazing day. And to success. See you in my next video.